It happened on a quiet summer night in 1912, an entire family butchered in their sleep. No signs of forced entry, no clear motive. 8 people, including 6 children, were found with their skulls crushed by the blade of an axe, and the killer never found. Soft whispers and distant children's laughter fade in, sending chills down the spine. For over a century, the Villisca Axe Murder House has remained frozen in time, haunted by the ghosts of its victims and the secrets of its past. Was it the work of a madman, a sinister cult, or something far more terrifying? Tonight, we step inside the house where the walls still whisper, the spirits still linger, and the horrors of that fateful night refuse to die. Fade to black, a blood-red title appears on screen, The Villisca Axe Murder House, a mystery that refuses to rest. There are places in this world that hold secrets, dark secrets that refuse to be forgotten. They linger in the air, in the walls, and in the whispers of those who dare to visit. Welcome to Villisca, Iowa, home to one of the most gruesome and perplexing murder mysteries in American history. The Villisca Axe Murder House, a place where time stands still and the spirits of the past are said to roam freely. 8 innocent lives were brutally taken one night in 1912. And more than a century later, we are still searching for answers. This is the story of Villisca's darkest night, an unsolved crime, and a haunting that refuses to fade. Before that fateful night in June 1912, Villisca was a peaceful town, a close-knit community where everyone knew each other. It was the kind of place where families left their doors unlocked, where neighbors looked out for one another, and where the biggest event of the year was a church gathering. But that illusion of safety would soon be shattered. Josiah Moore, a prosperous businessman, and his wife Sarah were well-liked members of the community. They lived in a modest yet comfortable house with their 4 children, Herman, Catherine, Boyd, and Paul. On June 9, 1912, the family attended a Children's Day service at their local church. Little did they know, it would be the last night of their lives. After returning home from church around 9:45 p.m., the Moore family was joined by 2 young guests, Lena and Ina Stillinger. The girls had planned to spend the night after the church service. It was a decision that sealed their fate. At some point after midnight, while the town slept, an unknown figure entered the Moore residence. He carried an axe, and he had only one intention: murder. The assailant moved methodically through the house, striking down each victim in their beds. The blows were so violent that the faces of the victims were unrecognizable. Blood splattered the walls, the ceilings, yet no one in the town heard a sound. The killer covered every mirror and reflective surface in the house, a chilling detail that continues to baffle investigators to this day. The next morning, the town awoke unaware of the horror that had taken place during the night. When the Moore family failed to emerge from their home, a concerned neighbor, Mary Peckham, approached the house. She knocked, no answer. She tried the door, it was locked. Alarmed, she called Josiah Moore's brother, who soon arrived with a spare key. When they stepped inside, they walked straight into a nightmare. Every room in the house held death. The children's small bodies lay lifeless, their covers drawn up as if they had never awakened. Josiah and Sarah were found in their bedrooms, slaughtered with the same brutal force. The 2 Stillinger girls, mere guests for the night, lay in the guest room, their young lives stolen in the same horrific fashion. A bloodied axe rested against the wall. The Villisca police were unprepared for a crime of this magnitude. Investigators were baffled. There was no sign of forced entry. The murderer had either been hiding in the house or was let inside. The weapon belonged to Josiah Moore himself, his own axe, used to destroy his family. But who could commit such a gruesome act, and why? Multiple suspects emerged, each one stranger than the last. A traveling preacher named Reverend George Kelly, who had been at the church service that night, was obsessed with the case and gave bizarre, unsolicited confessions. A local senator, Frank Jones, had a bitter rivalry with Josiah Moore over business matters. And a mysterious drifter, Andy Sawyer, reportedly spoke of the murders before the bodies were even discovered. Yet, despite intense interrogations, lie detector tests, and even trials, no one was ever convicted. As years passed, the Villisca Axe Murder House became infamous, not just for the crime, but for what came after. Strange occurrences plague those who visit. Paranormal investigators have captured eerie voices, unexplained shadows, and ghostly laughter of children in the empty rooms. Doors open and close on their own. Some visitors report being scratched or pushed. Others say they've seen the figure of a man holding an axe. The Villisca Axe Murders remain one of the most chilling unsolved crimes in American history. Who was the killer? Was it someone within the town, a transient stranger, or something more sinister? The house, frozen in time, seems to be waiting for an answer, but will it ever come? The Moore family, Lena and Ina, never received justice. The echoes of their tragic fate still linger in the house that stands today. If you ever find yourself in Villisca, beware, the spirits may still be watching. What do you think happened that night? Was it a crime of passion, a ritualistic killing, or is there something beyond our understanding at play? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more terrifying true crime stories. Until next time, stay safe.